women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one that you had envisioned for yourself, but time marches on. And, it's funny because I've been theoretically, I've been trying to lose weight for decades, literally decades. But if I'm honest, I've never been really that serious about it. And I finally am. There's a lot of things going on that have changed my perspective. But as a lot of you know, I just finished my 100 Days of Dance challenge, and I was so proud of myself. Um, I emailed my mentor this morning, or excuse me, texted him, and I was like, dude, after the past year, the fact that I even finished that is so amazing to me. And it really is. And it wasn't something that I even thought about when I started it. I just liked to dance and wanted to get other people involved. That's literally how I ended up redoing the 100 days. It was a whim, but it made me realize, wait a minute, I am in charge. Look, when I after that Cymbalta disaster last spring, I gave up almost all of my good habits. And I mean that quite literally. The only thing that I really stuck with was dancing because it makes me happy. Everything else went out the window. And because of the way that the medication affected me, I'm having to completely rebuild almost everything from scratch. Well, it's really daunting, especially when I was just handed another freaking diagnosis recently. And I haven't really shared it with anybody because I just had to process it. I mean, other people collect cool things. I collect flippant diagnoses. I don't like doing this. But that's also part of why my SMART goal has been set to what it is. My new diagnosis is osteoporosis. That's right. In spite of years and years and years of weight bearing exercise, it's genetic for me. I have crappy bones. My hips are not they're not horrible, but they're not in great shape. I'm not happy about this. So here's my SMART goal. I'm going to lose 25 pounds by my birthday, which is the end of August. Now, SMART goal recap's got to be specific. Well, yeah, 25 pounds, that's specific. Now, that being said, I will tell you, I'm not super scale bound, if that makes sense. I am far more concerned with body composition than I am with my weight. However, getting an accurate body composition things, not always the easiest to do. The scale it gives me an idea. It lets me know I'm moving in the right direction. So for right now, I'm okay with setting a specific weight loss goal. Well, it's obviously measurable. It's attainable. It's a little bit of a stretch, but it's attainable, it's realistic, and it's time bound because I set my birthday August 29th. Okay, why? If you want to set a big goal, you need to know why you want to get there. And I'm not going to get into all the specifics with you because it's just not a lot of it's very personal and it's not your business. But I want look at my flipping health. you know, I'm concerned about the condition of my bones, and I can't help but think the more weight that I get off of them, the better it's going to be. And it'll help me move more easily. I like to dance. I'll be a better dancer if I can move more easily. I won't get as tired as easily because you know what? I always laugh when people say fat people are lazy. Go strap 50 pounds of dog food to your back and go walk around all day. Lots of bad choices being made, but not always lazy. I mean, lazy can be part of it, certainly, but it's really not always a factor. Anyway, um, my weight is a challenge. It's kind of funny. I was telling a friend this story a little bit ago. A couple months ago, I was seeing my doctor's PA. And I was like, look, I don't, look, dude, I used to have a grip on this. I don't know what to do anymore. And do you have any advice for me? And he was very sweet. I like that. He's a nice young man. He really is. And he looked at me very seriously and he said, well, your situation is very complex. Well, you know what? That goes right to my weight as well. I have so much at play here. With all my health issues, the chronic pain gives me insomnia. Insomnia screws with your ghrelin and leptin levels, which make it hard for you to know when you're full. Those are your hunger hormones. You don't want those screwed up. Um, A thyroid. Hello, I've got hypothyroidism. Obviously, weight's gonna be it's challenging. My adrenals make this challenging. But I was talking to my doctor recently about all this, and I said, I've got sugar addiction. I've got a lot of emotional crap wrapped up in my weight. It's not just emotional eating, which I mostly have a handle on, but because of things that I've been through in the past, the fat is a layer of protection between me and the world because people look, I've been really fit and I've been pretty freaking fat. And the way people treat you, y'all would not believe how wildly different people treat you. Right or wrong, what's wrong, but people don't expect much out of you when you're fat. They don't. It's really weird. But I've got that emotional aspect of it. There's There's a lot. It's a complex situation, but you know what? I am one of the most determined people that I know, and I'll get there. I just have to do it the right way. So I'm going to, of course, I have my SMART goal. It's written down, it's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's realistic, and it's time bound. I have that all written down. I have my why written down. But how am I going to get there? Here's the thing, when you're trying to make big changes, whether you're trying to lose weight or do anything, when you're trying to make big changes, here's the problem: the person you are right now is the person who got you to where you are right now. If you knew how to fix that as the person you are, I hope this is making sense, you would have. So, I'm also going to be really hard and heavy working on myself and why I struggle so much with confidence. And there's there's so much, I know I keep saying there's just so much emotional crap involved with my weight. And if I don't solve that, if I don't change the person I am now, I'm not going to solve this problem. I have to become the kind of person who can take charge of this, who can get a grip on my emotions in regards to food, who can get a grip over my cravings and my addictions. And y'all, I used to smoke. If I can quit nicotine, I can quit anything. But a friend of mine once told me, very wise woman once told me, she had just got out of rehab, and we're driving down the road talking about, in fact, I remember exactly where we were driving, but we're talking about addiction. And I was telling her, yeah, I've got food issues. And she said, that's a lot harder. I can make the choice to avoid drugs. You got to eat. You can't avoid food. So I have to face all of this. You cannot solve a problem you won't face. And I've been really good about getting online and putting myself out there as, oh, I like to help myself and I like to help other people, but I've never really helped myself, not in regards to my health anyway. And this opens the door to so much freaking content for me as I go through this process because I'm going to be open about it because A, hiding from it ain't going to solve my problem, and B, I know for a fact there are other women and probably men, but other women out there who are in the same boat, who have been overweight for so long they don't even know how in the hell they're going to get a grip on it. But you can. You got to believe that you can. And that's the difference for me this time. I have a lot more faith in my ability to do this now. And I think, I don't know, I'm not a shrink, I'm not an expert, but I really think that the reason I have more confidence in myself is because I found my faith. I have a relationship with God. I take a lot of comfort from reading the Bible and the I don't know. You'll either get that or you won't. It's not something you can explain, I think, to someone who doesn't believe. But I get so much comfort out of there. And it's like, okay, if he can do all of that, I can face my challenges today. Anyway, I'm going to start rambling even more. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you'll have a wonderful afternoon. And I will be back Friday at 11 o'clock Alaska time.